Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Parlons Otaku, je me présente, je suis Oli et voilà, on est rendu déjà je pense au 4e ou 5e épisode de Fruit of Grisaia. Donc on va continuer. Là où est-ce qu'on était rendu, on avait rencontré Sakiko si je me souviens bien. Ça fait quand même quelques temps, mais oui, on avait rencontré Sakiko. Pas le personnage la plus accueillante disons dans l'école. Et c'est ça, donc on va y aller sans plus tarder. On était rendu... Ouais, celui-ci. Allons-y. Donc le 6 juin, 15h58. When I push open the heavy glass door, I find the lobby in the utter silence. Exchanging my outdoor use shoes for the slippers I use in my room, I reach for the board hanging about the shoe rack and flip the magnetic tag reading Kazami Yuji from out to in. Juste replacer mon écran, voilà, ok. Juste être sûr que tout est beau. Alright, parfait. Donc, a glance at the others' name tags revealed that Sakaki, Sachi, and Amane are all in, but there's no one in the lobby. They are probably shut up in their room doing homework. Hold on. There wasn't any homework assigned today, which will mean my hypothesis just now can be accurate. Then what? When students shut themselves up in their rooms, homework and masturbation are the only thing that comes to mind. Ok. C'est quoi ce raisonnement-là? What the fuck? Although I gave the matter a little thought, I don't plan on going around and confirm my new conjecture. It's just a guess, and no matter what sort of vile filth they're getting off to, that's their prerogative. Prerogative, yeah. In this case, pretending not to notice will be the kinder thing. Having reached that conclusion, I reach out to the door of my room, but... in doing so, I noticed that the bit of tape I stuck on my door as a seal have been ripped off. Ah, ça, c'est un truc pour savoir si quelqu'un a ouvert quelque chose. Tu mets un tape, genre, puis si c'est ouvert, ben, le tape est défait, donc tu sais que quelqu'un a ouvert la porte. Donc, petit truc pour ceux qui veulent savoir. Someone's in the room. Backing away from the door for a moment, I quietly press my ear against the wall, but can't hear any noise from inside. It doesn't seem like a typhoon is laying waste to the room in my absence, but either way, if it's someone stupid enough to miss the tape, no need to be too careful. I forcefully swing open the door to my room. Don't move! Ah, bien sûr. Really? C'est elle qui est surprise, genre? Wow, ok. What are you doing in here? Who called me a stripper? It's not my birthday. You've got the wrong room. What? It's just Amane? Why are you in my room? Ok, c'est bizarre de changer dans une autre chambre que la tienne en fait, mais bon. Amane points to a large overnight bag lying on the floor, presumably containing her spare clothes.
この部屋だけ冷蔵庫が大きいのよ。いっぱい買い物した時とか この部屋の冷蔵庫を使わせてもらってるの。
Ah, ok, c'est pour le frigo alors. But why are you half naked?
そりゃ着替えてるところにいきなり踏み込まれたからでしょ。学校から帰ってすぐに買い物に行きたいときはここで着替えるのよ。
You've got your own room, right?
私の部屋2階だし面倒じゃない。
Too much effort. When I was a grade schooler, I had friends who throw their bags by the door after school so they could get back outside faster. I guess this woman's brain worked on the same level.
着替え続けてもいい？
Fine, I suppose. I mean, je veux dire, t'es déjà en train de le faire, ça.
そんなところに突っ立ってないで入ったら？
I'll come in whether you invite me or not. It's my room. I walk into the room, hold a glass under the faucet in the sink, and fill it with tap water.
あのさ。
What? I swig down the dipped water from the glass.
普通入るかな。
Actually, what? Your sentence is missing both a verb and an object.
いやだからさ、女の子が着替えてるんだよ。普通遠慮しない？
I'm not a normal man, and you were the one who barged into my room.
それはそうなんだけれども。
If you don't want to be seen, how about being frank about it and telling me to get out?
失礼ね。見られて困るような体してないわよ。
Want me to stick a 20 in your panties? Wow.
だからストリッパーじゃないっての。
If you say so, you seem pretty used to this.
そりゃこっちのセリフよ。そうやってビール片手にテレビで野球観戦する親父みたいにじっと見られても落ち着かないじゃない。
If you didn't want to be seen, you should have said so from the start. I'll be outside. Call me when you're done changing.
いいわよ。すぐ着替え終わるから。
What a troublesome woman. What do you want from me?
そこでおとなしくじっとしてなさい。
Okay. Nice tits. Oh my god.
感想とかいらないから。
C'est dommage. Mais notre personnage est franc, donc il fallait qu'il dise. Returning my empty glass to the sink, I turned my back on AMANE for a moment. Breaking into my room as she pleased, throwing her tits around as she pleased, and then getting pissed at me as she pleased. I don't have any obligation to be considerate of someone like that, but, well, this kind of thoughtfulness is what kept society moving smoothly.
ねえ、ユージ君。
What?
君、なんだか妙に女慣れしてるよね。お姉さんとかいるの？
Well, I did have one.
いたって、今はいないの？
She's dead. Oh god.
そっか、ごめんね。無神経なこと聞いて。
À quel point il dit absolument tout ce qui passe. It's been years, not a problem.
じゃあさ、無神経ついでにもう一つ聞いてもいい？
What?
お姉さんの名前は？
Kazuki.
和樹？
I know, kind of a weird name for a girl. It's actually written with the character for one and princess.
珍しい名前だね。
Why do you ask?
別に、ただの興味本位。
I see. My sister's is a topic I prefer to avoid as much as possible. Not because it's too painful to remember her death, or anything sentimental like that. I just don't want to get in a heavy mood for no good reason. Maybe AMANE picked up on my reaction since she doesn't ask anything else about the subject. Although she's a troublesome, selfish woman, I can honestly appreciate that part of her.
お待たせ。着替え終わったよ。
Bon, enfin. I wasn't really waiting.
どう？似合う？
Now that I look, AMANE is wearing a pointlessly skimpy outfit. Even if it's summer, this is a bit over the top. Too much exposure, your breasts are barely staying in that thing.
ああ、いいのいいの。せっかくいいの持ってんだから、半分ぐらいちらつかせておかないと損じゃん。
A waste of resources?
この格好で商店街に買い物に行くと、なぜかみんなサービスしてくれるのよね。
Ah, bon, ça explique. On a une explication reliée. This woman's trying to disrupt the economy of the shopping district via her tits.
あーって何よ。
Nothing at all. If you're done, hurry up and go. The dirty old men at the shopping district are clutching their 20s in anticipation.
そうだね。そんじゃあ行こうか。
So I'm coming too? As she speaks, AMANE grabbed my arm like a border patrol agent seizing an illegal immigrant from Mexico. Okay, what are you trying to pull? Get off.
ねえ、お買い物に付き合ってよ。
Why do I have to come?
今日は10キロのお米を買うから運ぶの手伝って。
Even if you don't rope me into this with that huge body, 10 kilos shouldn't be an issue. Or so I thought, but courteously didn't put into words, we are dealing with a woman here, technically speaking. In the first place, she's only large for a woman. I'm 8 or 9 centimeters taller. Ok, quand il dit large, il parle de grandeur, ok? C'était pas de la manière que j'avais compris dans les autres épisodes, mais... Puis je trouvais ça vraiment bizarre qu'il la qualifie de large. I guess AMANE has gotten sick of me staring at her silently as she jerks me closer by the arm she's grasping.
おっぱい見せてあげたじゃん。買い物ぐらい付き合ってくれてもバッチ当たんなくない？
Wow. I don't remember asking to see her breasts. This woman's logic is completely incoherent.
なに？なんか不満そう。見るだけじゃ足りないなら、飲んどく？軽くつまむ程度に。
If you think a flash of your tits will make any man do your bidding, you've got another thing coming.
まあどうせ暇なんでしょ。うちの学校今までは男子っていなかったから力仕事は全部私に回ってきたのよ。かわいそうだと思わない？
When you've got a physique like that, I think it's probably inevitable.
これからは電球が切れてもユージ君がいれば安心だね。そんじゃ行こうか。
As she speaks, AMANE entwined herself around my arm, pushing her famous breasts onto me. Hey!
わっちはこう見えても休暇を実家に持つ母親の娘ぞ。本来であれば裸を見たあんたには責任取って結婚してもらうところよ。
The fact that I just spent a good second thinking about anti-helicopter's mind is, frankly, completely ridiculous. But the world has been seeming like an extremely ridiculous place recently. No points getting too down on myself. Fine. You just need me to carry the rice, right?
そうそう。最初からそうやって素直にって言ってりゃ可愛いのにね。
For sweetness. I've heard it's better not to be loved by God or big woman if you want a long life.
何それ
Just a joke. Let's get going already.
ちょっとやだ待ってよ
Let go of my arm. I don't need you clanging all over me. It's stifling.
本当は嬉しいくせにってあれユージくんなんかいい匂いする香水とかつけてる
Don't press your nose against me and snuffle. You're not a dog. Wow. Honestly, carrying some rice isn't really that big of a deal, but if I'd agree from the start to save myself the effort of resistance, it's easy to see she'd take that as a license to push increasingly unreasonable requests on me. Il a raison. If you're smart, you start rejecting people's requests at 80% of your real tolerance level. Fair enough. 6 juin 16h38. Woman's shopping method can be broken down into 2 patterns. 2. Type A. Throw anything that catches her eyes into her cart, whether or not she has any need for it. Type B. Deliberates endlessly over cost efficiency even when she has a pressing need and end up buying nothing. My impression of the woman named AMANE, probably influenced by her large build, was that she was likely to careless sort who'd follow the former pattern. But apparently, I'm not much of a judge of character.
次は八百屋さんに行こうか
What? You're still buying? If you need vegetable, why didn't you get them at the supermarket just now?
スーパーより商店街の八百屋さんの方が安いんだもの
Fair enough. I understand in theory that specialty shops are better than general retailers, but as the one being dragged around changing stores this rapidly is a serious nuisance. Because Amani mentioned she wanted to buy oolong tea, I'd reach out for a 2 liters, 158 yen bottle at the supermarket, only to have her slap my hand firmly away. In the woman's own words, "Don't buy that here. Get tea packs at the drugstore and you can make 52 liters for 480 yen. And so I end up having the tea to tag along to the drugstore as well.
すみません玉ねぎと人参くださいな
おあまねちゃんいらっしゃい今日も可愛いね
でしょね奥さんに内緒でおまけしてよ
Quel petit bonus qu'elle parle là.
あまねちゃんにはかなわねえなよし、
Ah,
そんじゃおじさん、い
je-
ちごのパックをおまけしちゃおうかな
j'avais mal compris le bonus en fait.
嬉しいいいの
あまねちゃんだけのサービスなんだからみんなに言っちゃダメだぜ
ありがとういちごマキナが大好きなのよね
C'est ça qu'elle disait justement pourquoi elle s'est habillée comme ça. C'est pour les avantages.
んそういや今日はマキボウは一緒じゃねえんだなどうしたい
はあ今日はお米も買ったからタフな荷物持ちを連れてきたの
あ
Growling, the dirty old greengrocer sized me up with a blatant skull on his face.
なんであいつは気に入らねえ目つきしてやがるな
Ah, il est jaloux.
そう嫌わないでやってよ私の弟なんだから
Oh.
弟なんで弟かよ俺はまたてっきりあまねちゃんがろくでもねえ男と付き合ってんのかと思ってよおじさん早かったにしちまった
Mais quel pervers. I'm not sure what's so funny, but the greengrocer cackled heartily as he stared into my face.
おいボス名前は
Yuji.
そうかユージかいい名前じゃねえか 姉ちゃんの手伝いしてやれよな。よし、
Yay!
俺にもイチゴやるから食え。
On a des fraises en surplus, guys.
ビタミン
Parfait.
が足んねえからそんな人殺しみてえな面になんだ。栃木のブランドイチゴだぞ。食え食え。
Thank you. I smile and lower my head in a slight bow, prompting the old man to shout, "What? You can't smile after all?" in an even louder voice. Arigatou gozaimasu.
じゃあおじさんありがとうね。
おう、また来な。サービスすっからよ。ユージもな。
Of course. Thank you.
あんたその顔やめな。
What are you talking about?
そのひどい笑顔、まるで誰かに習ったみたいな顔だね。
You're strangely perceptive at times.
あんたってさ、たまにそうやって顔で嘘つくよね。そういう家系なの？
Fake smile are an expression of consideration for others. You want me to scold instead?
だったらもう少し上手に笑いなさいよ。バレバレよ。
I was taught that children's smile and women's tears are weapons. Wise words. But this is the first time my own emotional front was penetrated like this. I may have been underestimating this woman. Probablement.
またそうやって怖い顔する。そんな顔するからマキナが怖がるんだよ。
I was born with this face.
へえ、
This beautiful
じゃあ、
face.
あんたのお姉ちゃんもそんな顔だったわけ？
My sister was... Yeah, well... In her case, she always had this sleepy expression.
ふん、そうなんだ。
Why bring up my sister there?
まあ、なんとなく。
More importantly, are we finished with the shopping yet?
あとはお豆腐屋さんで絹ごしと白滝を買うだけ。
We're still not done? Just carrying rice so I'd be promised when I agreed to this shop expedition, but in the end I end up following her around for a good 2 hours. Putain.
買い物に付き合ってくれてありがとう。助かったわ。
As she speak, AMANE is packing away the ingredients she purchased, for some reason, into my refrigerator.
普段はマキナと一緒に行くんだけど、あの子と買い物に行くとスーパーのお菓子売り場とかおもちゃ屋さんに寄り道したがるから時間かかるのよね。
It's not a problem, but mind if I ask you something? Why are you putting that stuff into the fridge in my room?
だからこの部屋の冷蔵庫が一番大きいんだってば。
That's not an answer to the question.
いいじゃない。どうせろくに使ってないんでしょ。ほら、いちごあげるからさ。
That's from the pack that Holman at the green grocers gave to me.
私がいたからもらえたんじゃない。冷蔵庫の中の牛乳も飲んでいいからさ、ね。
It's not that I particularly care about her using the fridge, but her bargain in every time she needs to get something will be a pain in the ass.
そうだ。今日のお礼に晩ご飯作ってあげようか。
I've already cooked rice and I've got canned food for the side dish, so I'll pass.
おかず缶詰なの？なんかわびしい感じ。それにお米って炊飯器もないのにどうやって炊いたの？
Using that over there. I point towards a cylindrical mess kit style rice cooker made of aluminum, currently towering over the IH cooking heater in my kitchen.
飯盒で炊いたの？
IH heaters can't quite manage aluminum, so I've been using a gasoline stove I had with me instead.
サバイバルだな。よくそんな道具持ってたね。
It's only normal for a man to have a stove or two. Normal for a man. It's probably an overstatement, but it's standard equipment for a backpacker at least. Ideally, you want one that can use the unleashed gasoline you can get from gas station.
それじゃあさ、ご飯持って私の部屋来る？おかずが缶詰だけじゃ寂しいでしょ？どうせマキナの分も作るんだし、一緒に食べようよ。
No, I'll pass.
どうして？心配しなくても、こう見えても私、料理は得意なんだよ。
Makina will be there, wouldn't she?
ああ、そっか。マキナ、まだユージ君のこと分かってるか。
Bon point, bon point. Exactly. I think I'd better if I wasn't there. It'd be better if I wasn't there.
この際だから仲良くなってよ。
It's not going to happen that fast. And if I go out on my way to eat quietly, she'll end up feeling even more uncomfortable. I'll pass after all.
まあ、今日は仕方がないとしても、マキナと仲良くなってくれれば、いつだってご飯作ってあげるよ。
You're telling me to become friends with her in exchange for food?
そうは言わないけどさ、仲良くしてほしいっていうのは本音。あの子、ああ見えて友達作るの下手だからさ、ユージ君の方から声をかけてあげてよ。
I don't have anything against her, and I don't want to be on hostile terms, so I'll try to talk to her. But I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to improve things. My personality being what it is. Picking up on the words I've left unspoken, Amani answered, "That's good enough," with a smile.
じゃあ、今日はありがとうね。
As soon as the words are out of her mouth, she briskly walks out the door, but... Ah, hey, wait! You forgot! The overnight backpack with her spare clothes is still lying on the center of the room. That woman. She isn't planning to change in my room again, is she? More to the point, I'm sure I locked this door when I left this morning. How did she even get in here? There aren't any sign of damage to the lock, and I can't imagine she got a secret talent for lock picking. Does she have a spare key or something? Suo Amane. The creature known as large woman, are mostly careless, but weirdly attentive to certain details. They possess unusual intuition, as well as pointlessly large breasts, and on the whole, deserve to be handled with caution. Wise words. 7 juin, 8h le matin. In the time-honored tradition of America, bright red cars are called pony cars. Je savais pas ça, mais bon. Because of their reputation as plaything for schoolboys. While yellow model are jackass cars, because only morons drive them. A certain German woman I know, whether aware of that or not, deliberately drive a particularly flashy yellow vehicle around. Apparently, she very much enjoyed the compliments she gets from colleagues at work, usually some variation of, "It really suits you." In other words, a stupid car like that is just about right for a dumb blonde. My god. But she hasn't caught on to the fact that she's being mocked, and I've tactfully decided not to inform her either. Just like with women who get flattered when someone tells them your dress does wonder for your figures, it's pretty tough to let her know after the fact she's not really being complimented. But sometimes things like this can come back to bite you when you least expect it.
ねえ、ユージ君。なんかあそこにいる怪人の女の人、こっち見て手を振ってるんだけど、知り合い？
Don't know her. I don't have any bimbo amongst my acquaintance. Bimbos. Jeez.
いや、でもなんかめっちゃあんたに向かって手振ってるんだけど。
I told you, I don't know her. Probably selling Girl Scout cookies. Wow.
何それ？
Either way, better not get too close. Let's get out of here.
Howdy, UB.
Howdy. JB. JB.
ねえ、思いっきりユージって呼んでるよ。
What is that woman thinking?
誰なの？
I'll explain later. Sorry, but go on ahead.
何？やっぱ知り合いなの？まさか借金取りとかじゃないよね。
A loan shark? She's my guardian, or rather, my guarantor.
大丈夫なの？
It's fine. Hurry up and take Makina back. I'll be right behind you. I'm just going to say a quick hello. Apparently not enjoying the way I'm shooting her off with my hands like a stray dog, AMANE walks away with sulky expression, shooting repeated glances over her shoulder. After watching AMANE and Makina disappear past the school gate, I screw up and irritated expression scratched my head vigorously and approached the blinding yellow bimbo mobile. Le bimbo mobile. On va se rappeler ce nom-là. Look, woman.
やあ、学生生活を楽しんでいるかい？
Yeah, more or less. You enjoy pretending to be my guardian.
嫌な物言いをするのね。あなたのそういうところ、朝子にそっくりよ。
What did you come here for?
何しに来たはないでしょ。私、一応あなたの保護者なんだよ。
Although I'm grateful that you're acting as a guarantor of my background, I don't need a guardian at my age. Kindly get lost. Get lost, woman.
冷たいのね。子供の頃はもっと素直で可愛かったのに。
If you think you can shut me up by bringing up my childhood, you've got another thing coming. I'll repeat the question, what did you come here for? If it's about work, I thought I had a break for the moment.
いやーね、私はただあなたが普通の学校で普通にやっていけてるのか様子を見に来ただけよ。
Look for yourself. Regarde, je suis dans une école tout à fait normale avec des étudiants normaux. Je suis quelqu'un de normal. There's no problem at present. If you force me to come up with one, you being here will top the list. It's going to be a pain in the ass to make up an excuse when I go back to the classroom. Don't increase my workload.
破綻のない過去は用意してあげたでしょ。私のことは母方の親戚だって押し通しなさいな。
Ah, donc même le passé de Yuji est peut-être pas vrai. Alors la sœur de Yuji était-elle vraie ou non? I prefer to avoid lying outright where possible. Lies are like colors. The more you pile up, the blacker things get.
嘘の場合は赤くなるでしょ。
Get enough of that place and things turn just as black.
そうならないようにうまく立ち回ることね。自己死はしたくないでしょ。
An accidental death. Okay. On parle de sérieux là? I don't need you to tell me that. I'm handling this myself. Which is precisely why I don't need you giving me surprises like that.
わかったわよ。今日のところはこれで帰るわ。
What, are you serious? You really did just come to see me?
そう言ったでしょ。仕事の話なら事前に携帯に連絡してから来るわよ。
Ah, right. The cell phone.
ちょっと、まさか持ち歩いてないの？ちゃんと仕事用とプライベート用に2つ用意してあげたでしょ？
Sorry, I'll make sure to keep it around from now on.
こちらからの呼び出しに対して 15分以上返答がなかった場合、逃亡とみなして何人か送りつけるわよ。わかってる？
My god, c'est des menaces sérieuses. I'm aware.
それと、県外に出るときは事前に申請書を提出すること。
I'm aware of that as well.
思い出した。あなたこの町に来るとき歩いて県境を越えたでしょ。ちゃんと電車のチケット用意してあげたのに、何やってんのよ。
C'était pour ça alors. I hate trains, as you know.
だからって200キロも歩くバカがどこにいるのよ。
The kind that's standing in front of you. Also, the walk was closer to 175 kilometers.
そのせいで警察の世話になったくせに偉そうに言わないの。上から嫌味を言われるのは私なのよ。
Rien à dire.
ちょっとめんどくせえなこの女みたいな目で私をじっと見るのやめなさい。
You're some kind of psychic? How did you read my thoughts?
泣くわよ。
No, look, I do feel bad about that. I'll apologize nice and slowly over dinner next time, okay? So please, leave.
飯でも食わせておけば私が黙ると思ったら大間違いよ。もう一度言うけど、事故死したくなければおかしな真似はしないこと。わかった？
Understood. Order receive, Mayor Arudera. Hey, stop saying, can I hit this guy just once? With your eyes. Nice comeback.
あなたエスパーなの？
Please, don't spread it around. It's a pain in the ass to have to bend a spoon every time I introduce myself.
あのね。
I do understand, don't mind my jokes.
まったく。なんでこんな可愛げのない子に育ったのかしら。
I get that a lot. Hurry up and get going. You don't have the time to play around here either, do you?
言われなくても帰るわよ。それとしつこいようだけど。
You're right. My bad, GB.
わかればいいわよ。じゃ、また連絡するわ。
Yeah. Pas mal sûr que ça va trop vite pour la limite de vitesse dans un endroit scolaire, mais bon. I watch as JB turns away and climbs into her car, her blonde hair swinging behind her in a wave. As she drives off, I retrieve a cell phone from my school bag. Although I pretend otherwise, I've been carrying my work phone around just as ordered. It's a black, low-profile slide phone I received from JB specifically for company business. I slide the screen up, quickly input the unlock pin, and call up the menu screen. Although it looks like a perfectly normal cell phone, any call made from this machine passed through a special encrypted line. There's only one entry in the contract. In contacts. That single number is listed under JB, Julia Bardera, naturalized name Arudera Yuria. Ah, wow. Ils ont américanisé son vrai nom. Ok. My direct supervisor at my part-time job. If you're going to come, at least give me an advance warning. I claim my thong in irritation, slide the phone shut, and stuff it into the pocket of my uniform so I can respond instantly to any future contact. Arudera Yuria, alias JB. As the woman said herself, she's something of a pain in the ass. She'll go nearly half a year without a single call, and then suddenly it's a brusque standby in the designated point, where of course she has some incredible troublesome job waiting to push on me. No, it's almost better when there's actually a job. Sometimes she'll leave me at the rendezvous point for more than an hour without any contact. Je sais pas pourquoi j'ai dit rendez-vous avec un accent anglais. Rendez-vous, c'est rendez-vous. C'est français, ce mot-là. And then, when I finally get the call, I've been sitting around waiting for it's a curt situation resolved, and I got right back home again. Well, I do get a travel fee deposit into my account just for heading to the standpoint, so I suppose it's not a complete fool errand in that sense, but sometimes I can't help but feel like my time on this earth isn't being spent efficiently. It's something of a behind-the-scene part-time job, and the work will be troublesome to explain to others if they ask. Of course, it's also not the kind of job I can just casually quit when I want to. More importantly, this is a position that I inherit from my master. I wouldn't walk away even if I could. Well then, how should I explain this to AMANE and company? I don't think I'll be able to pass her off as a cookie peddler after all. I passed through Mihama Academy school gates, dragging myself along on a heavy feet. As expected, the instant I show my face in the classroom, AMANE jumps all over me. Most of my classmates are gathered on the far side of the room, apparently having watched me from the window. And as I enter, they are all looking at me with questions in their eyes.
ねえ、誰なの？さっきのパツキン。
Blondie? Naturally, AMANE is the one who stepped forward to interrogate me as if declaring herself the representative of the class. That said, the rest of the group doesn't seem to be disinterested either. Makina staring at me with dazed expression, and Sechi's clutching her hand together in front of her chest, waiting for my words with bated breath. As for Michiru, for some reason she's glaring at me like I kick her puppy. Okay. Sagaki, on the other hand, is sitting primly in her seat reading a book, as if to announce she's above such things, but judging from the way she hasn't turned the page once since I came in, we've probably got her attention as well. I told you already, didn't I? She's my superior from my part-time job.
上司。上司か。上司ね。ユージくん、バイトなんかしてるんだ。
Yeah, I lost both my parents when I was a kid, so I have to earn my own living expenses.
どんなバイトなの？
It's a little difficult to summarize, but, well, I get rid of garbage, or crawl into various places and take care of the cleaning. It's what you call dirty work. I kill people and I hide them, okay? C'est ça que ça veut dire.
じゃあ、あのパツキンの人も清掃業なの？
Yeah, that's right. But she's on the management side, so she doesn't get her hand dirty, let's say.
へえ、あの人名前は？
JB.
JB？
Her real name is Arudera Yuria. JB's is a pet name.
あの見た目で日本人なの？
She's a naturalized citizen. I think she's originally German. Don't really remember. I pull out the chair from my seat and drop my bags on the top of the desk with a deliberately loud thump. The questioning is over now. If you satisfied your curiosity, then go sit down. Class is going to start. Just as I speak, the first bell rings and Makina and Sechi scurry back to their seat. But the large woman who's been interrogating me, her expression still smoldering with irritation, pulls out the chair from the seat in front of mine and sits down heavily.
ねえ、ユージくん。私、まだ肝心なことを聞いてないわ。
Oh, la Question la plus importante, ok? What? Spit it out there.
あの人との関係恋人じゃないんだよね。
That's your big question? What a joke.
くだらなくないわよ。私には大切なことなのよ。
Don't stick your nose in my face.
ドキドキしちゃう？
You've got a mustache staring there. Ouch.
嘘！
Yeah, just screwing with you.
グーで殴るよ。
Sounds fun. Give it a try.
この
Amane punch is slow and lacking your serious intent. I dodge it easily with a slight swaying movement of my upper body. Think this over calmly. Do I look like a man who could be in a relationship?
あんたみたいな男だから謎なんじゃない。年上で金髪の外人が恋人でもあんたなら妙に納得できるというか。
Amane stared into my eyes as if searching for the truth. Excusez.
そもそもうちの学園長とも知り合いなんでしょ？
Well, yeah.
怪しい。
What is it?
こ
What
の
is?
学園に来る前は何をしていたの？
Well. So this question finally came up. On paper, I was studying abroad in Canada. Yay, Canada, mon pays. Or some similar lie they came up with for my personal history. Il n'est pas vraiment été au Canada. But if they start pushing into that story, this will just drag on. Answering somewhat honestly now should make far less trouble down the line anyway. Before I came here, I guess I was a freeloader of sorts.
紐？
If you want to make it sound fancier, maybe a gigolo. I wasn't being supported by an unrelated older woman.
それがあの金髪の人？
No, she's a friend of the other woman. I started smooshing of her after the first one died.
あんた最低ね。
In exchange, she worked me brutally hard on the job. She doesn't have anything to complain about. As a gigolo. Amane shuts her eyes, slap her hand on her forehead and heave a heaven sight.
とにかく恋人はいないってことで間違いないのね。
Right? I'll admit, I don't quite understand why that's the main point here, but I guess this stuff is on the mind of girls at this age. If you try to force your perspective onto everything, you lose sight of the bigger picture. Although, she doesn't look entirely satisfied by my response, Amane mutters a brief, well, alright. Rise from the chair and head back to her own seat. I watch until she finally sits down, then quickly turn to look behind me.
何よ。
Immediately behind me, I find a bright red Michiru staring back at me. Were you listening?
別にあんたのことなんか興味ないんだからね。聞いてたんじゃなくて聞こえちゃっただけよ。勝手に変な話聞かせないでよね。迷惑なんだから。
Crossing her arm tightly in front of her chest, her face bright red, Michiru babbles frantically. In response, I thrust out my right hand in an energetic thumbs up. Nice, tsundere Michiru.
バカにして。
C'est vrai qu'il l'est un peu. If you don't want to talk about something, you shouldn't make it awkward to ask. Based on that theory, I tried spicing things up a little more than the reality, but who knows how much of it they believed. Of course, it's true that my parents died when I was still a kid. that I was picked up by an older woman, my master, and that I lived off the money she earned. After my master's death, I did get work from her friend JB in order to earn my keep. On top of that, it's thanks to her vouching for me that I'm able to attend a normal school like this in the first place. Now that I think about it, I didn't change the fact much at all. But then, the more you focus on constructing believable lies, the less they tend to work. When you stick more or less to the truth, you'll end up convincing people no matter how absurd the story sounds. A promising start would be a bit of an overstatement, but I think I can work with this. 7 juin, 12h55. Ok, je viens de voir le temps. Ça va être tout pour cet épisode. Je sais que c'est un petit peu plus court que les autres, ou c'est environ dans le même temps un peu, mais ça va être tout. Je préfère des fois arrêter un petit peu plus tôt pour éviter de comme arrêter genre en plein milieu de quelque chose d'important. Donc voilà. J'espère que vous avez aimé l'épisode. On a un peu plus appris sur AMANE, puis un petit peu plus sur notre cher Yuji, qui est notre personnage principal. Pour l'instant, so far, comme on dit en anglais, j'aime assez l'histoire. L'histoire est vraiment bonne. J'aime beaucoup les graphiques. Les dessins sont vraiment beaux. Les personnages sont bien faits. Et personnellement, le seul point à date, c'est que j'ai pas eu à faire encore un choix. Puis là, on arrive à quoi? Environ 4 heures de gameplay? Ça prend du temps avant le premier choix, mais je m'attendais au moins à avoir eu peut-être l'occasion d'en faire au moins un rendu là. Mais bon, probablement je vais devoir attendre pendant un bout, là, mais peu importe. Personnellement, je compte vraiment continuer encore l'histoire. Je trouve ça très intéressant. Et aussi, c'est ça. Donc, j'espère que vous avez aimé l'épisode. Si vous avez aimé, s'il vous plaît, abonnez-vous à la chaîne YouTube de podcast Parlons Otaku. Et j'espère vous voir dans le prochain épisode. N'oubliez pas, soyez otaku et à la prochaine. Bye bye.